Good evening, Ma.
You are welcome, my son.
Tell me the story of Moses.
Sure, I will tell.
Thank you, Ma.
Sure. Here's a simple and clear version of the story of Moses from the Bible, perfect for both kids and adults to enjoy and learn from the story of Moses. The birth of Moses. Long ago, the Israelites lived in Egypt. They were slaves under Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Pharaoh was afraid that the Israelites were becoming too many, so he ordered that every baby boy born to the Israelites should be thrown into the river Nile. But one woman refused to let that happen to her son. She hid her baby for 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she made a small basket, covered it with tar to keep it dry, and placed her baby in it. She set the basket among the reeds by the river bank. Pharaoh's daughter came to bathe in the river and saw the basket. When she opened it, she found the crying baby. She felt sorry for him and said, "This is one of the Hebrew babies." She decided to adopt him and named him Moses, meaning drawn out of the water. Moses flees Egypt. Moses grew up in Pharaoh's palace as a prince. But one day, he saw an Egyptian beating an Israelite slave. Moses became angry and killed the Egyptian. When Pharaoh heard about it, he tried to kill Moses. So Moses ran away to a land called Midian. In Midian, Moses married a woman named Zipporah, the daughter of Jethro, and became a shepherd. The burning bush one day, while taking care of his sheep, Moses saw a bush that was on fire, but it did not burn up. When he came closer, God spoke to him from the bush and said, "Greater than Moses, Moses, take off your sandals, for the place where you stand is holy ground. I have seen the suffering of my people in Egypt. Go to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go." Moses was afraid and said, "Who am I to go to Pharaoh?" But God promised, "I will be with you." So Moses obeyed. The 10 plagues. Moses returned to Egypt with his brother Aaron. They went to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh refused. So God sent 10 plagues on Egypt, turning the river into blood, sending frogs, lice, flies, sickness, hail, locusts, darkness, and finally, the death of the firstborn sons. After the last plague, Pharaoh finally said, "Go. Leave Egypt." Crossing the Red Sea, the Israelites left Egypt, led by Moses. But Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army to chase them. When they reached the Red Sea, the people were trapped, the sea in front of them and the Egyptian army behind. Then God told Moses to raise his staff over the sea. When he did, the water parted, and the Israelites walked through on dry ground. When Pharaoh's army tried to follow, the waters returned and covered them. The 10 Commandments in the wilderness. God led the people to Mount Sinai. There, God gave Moses the 10 Commandments, written on 2 stone tablets. These were God's laws for his people, rules to live by, such as, love God with all your heart. Do not steal. Do not lie. Honor your parents. Moses the leader. Moses led the Israelites for 40 years through the desert. He taught them God's laws and reminded them to trust in the Lord. Though Moses did not enter the promised land himself, he saw it from afar before he died. And the Bible says there was never another prophet like Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face.
Thank you for the story.
You are welcome, my son.